Here we go, the last step in the assembly of your Adirondack chair. So you're going to need your 5 seat slats. Don't forget 3 of them. You already have the holes drilled and ready to go. 2 of them, no holes just yet. And you also need this piece. This is our lower rear seat slat, so our rear seat slat. So you got to dig that up, find that where you put that. So let's get ready to put these things together. So we're going to start off by assembling and screwing down. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the rear seat slat in position. Before I get ready to do that, I have a dowel rod here and a dowel rod here and that little crack right there. We grab our rear cross piece, and don't forget we had a slight bevel on this. Right, so what we want to do is we want to angle this down so it matches this better. And what I'm going to do is we're just going to slide this rear seat slat up against here. Right, so the reason I have these spacers in there is that so that when it rains and maybe debris and leaves and stuff like that fall down here, so what we've got is we've got a little space back here for the water to go down through, and so the leaves will drop down through there. Otherwise, if you have just water sitting here over time, that's going to rot out on us. So what I want to do is I just want to make sure that it's in the proper position, it's flush on both sides, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put one screw through here. So I've already got my one hole laid out and my clearance hole drilled, and so on each end, one screw. So we've got the rear seat slat in position. We can go ahead and we can pull out our spacers. I'll just leave one there for now. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the very end piece. All right, and so what we're going to do here is we're going to use a piece that is not drilled yet. Okay, not drilled yet. And what might happen here, as you can see, that this piece, not quite going down all the way here, this piece is just a little tiny bit too long. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim off a little bit. This piece should just fit in here nicely. So what I did is I just shaved off a little bit from one end, and now you can see it fits in here just perfect. Alright, and what I want to do is I want to point out something here. What you want to do is you want this piece, the front edge, to overhang the front cross piece. This is what we call sometimes a reveal or a shadow line. All right, so what we do is we just want to go ahead and we want to make sure that we have about the same amount of overhang over here, same amount of overhang over here. And so let's say we're looking for maybe 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch overhang. So what we want to do is we want to attach this front slat. We need to pre-drill some clearance holes. What we want to do is we want to screw down into the side member or that seat stringer. The problem here is we're not going to have room to get our drill in. If we go straight up and down, we won't be able to get the driver in. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to drill at an angle. So I'm going to say I'm going to put a screw here and a screw there. And let me just show you, the drill has to be angled, right? So we have to kind of do an angle like that, right? So we're going to drill down through at an angle so that we can actually screw down at an angle. So again, we're going to go ahead and we're going to drill this, but we're only going to go through this through the seat slat. We don't want to drill into the side member or the front cross piece. Alright, the rear slat is attached, the front slat is attached. I've got a 3/8 dowel rod here spacer. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to grab one of my other seat slats with the holes already pre-drilled. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to slide that into position. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab another 3/8 dowel rod and use that as a spacer. Put it in my next seat slat. Another 3/8 dowel rod. Put it in my next seat slat. Another 3/8 dowel rod. And put in my seat slat. So what we're looking for is we're looking to see if that we have the same amount of space between all our seat slats. And we're also looking to make sure that they're all parallel. And sometimes they're not. Sometimes you'll find that something got a little twisted. Maybe this back here is a little twisted, or the front's a little twisted. So what we want to do is just take our time, look at it. If we need to make a space a little bigger, a little smaller, we can do that. We can twist these boards a little bit so that everyone's twisted just a little bit. You won't notice that they're crooked. So once you have a nice layout, you're going to go ahead and you're going to screw all those down. Need to point out the second to the last seat slat. This one also you'll have to drill your clearance holes down at a slight angle so that you'll have room to get the screw gun in here and screw it down. So not too steep, not too big of an angle. We don't want to blow through the sides or anything, but we need to. Alright, all the seat slats are screwed down. We are just about finished. The last thing you need to do is put your wood filler in your screw holes, wait till that dries, and then sand it up, and you're ready to take this thing home. Now, this is poplar wood. It's not known for being rot resistant. So if you're going to put this thing outside, you're definitely going to want to apply some paint to this. So we're going to let you do that at home. If it's inside, no problem. It's going to last forever. But if this is outside and exposed to water, you're going to want to go ahead and paint this. You probably have to paint it every couple of years. So enjoy. Good luck and enjoy.